I did it so that you didn't have to. In the name of science. You have no idea if there's anything down there. Yeah, there was, of course, the potential to loot stuff. But, at least from the monsters we fought. And we got, like, one round of that stuff, but I didn't see there were any chests or anything. Yeah, I'm thinking before we spend any time with our hirer, our boss here, the stranger, our manager, if you will, why not just, you know, focus on looting a bit? We are in a vault, and I do believe he said, take as much as you can manage to carry.
Same paintings were on the block.
I wonder if it's going to be one of the names that we heard about previously. The noob guy or the Van Rowe. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Also very nice. More paintings there. That looks exactly the same as the one that we saw in the auction, right? I think that was the noob guy who painted the merchant with the headdress. I would like... Okay, there's a cat expiring, so no need to be concerned about that. I'd like to just make sure that we could loot this up before we get into some cutscene that prevents us from doing that. It's probably easier said than done.
Same paintings were on the block.
Okay. It's like, did they make forgeries? One moment, please. Be with you in just a minute. Please hold. Please hold.
Surrender. You don't stand a chance.
Is that everything on that side? I think so. I mean, this is like big stuff. Sapphire. More sapphire.
Same paintings were on the block.
Also the same paintings. I don't know if these guys will actually ever make it in here if we just keep on delaying. Part of me is curious to find out. But,
What now, Wolf?
I mean, I assume we just keep on going in. I think they're repeating the same lines, those guards. Yep. So we're probably in the clear here. Once again, be the guinea pig. Except as soon as he realizes that we're not going to face imminent death, he comes in. Now this is the dramatic talk I was waiting for.
I know all too well.
It is I, your brother.
Yule? Greetings, brother.
I knew it.
Been years.
Well, well. Complications, complications.
I mean, I guess, yeah. You do owe us a bit of an explanation, though.
Think you owe us an explanation, you old Borsodi. This family reunion, what's the point?
Revenge. For betrayal. Years of poverty. Humiliation. Father left the auction house to me in his will. Horst cheated me. Had me disinherited.
Anything. Everything we earned, you squandered on cards and whores. Father didn't see that. I did.
That's no excuse, Horst. And it won't save your life.
You two, stand with me. I'll not let the Redanians lay a hand on you. Give you whatever you want.
Interesting. So now, the other Borsodi, the guy who we were planning on raiding this place from, you can see the guards behind us banging on the gate. Oh, that's pretty funny. But, anyways, the person whose vault we were trying to raid is basically recognizing that, in all likelihood, if this is coming down to a fight, he's toast because we're a Witcher. So he's basically trying to bribe us right now and say, give me anything you want, but just don't kill me, basically. But, let's see, what are our actual options here? Tempting offer, we're in. Horse. Yeah, so Horse is the guy who we were planning on raiding. Then if we go with all of our honor, we're like, nah, revenge. You didn't deserve to be endowed of this place. It was supposed to be Ewald, not you. And we can stick with him. Now, of course, this is not abundantly clear already. Not the biggest fan of Ewald. Not the biggest fan. I mean, Horst wasn't exactly a lovely gentleman either. They are neither one of them are necessarily the types of people that I would like to be siding with. But not about to meddle in your grimy matters. Just try to be neutral. Yeah. So it's basically pick a side or stay neutral. And I mean, I don't like either of them. The difference is, Horst has explicitly said that he is willing to give us anything. I mean, of course, that could be hyperbole, but I think given how he realizes his life is threatened right now, he would be willing to give us the things that we're looking for. Whereas with Ewald, a little bit of a higher risk, higher reward, where there's a chance he goes, haha, you did everything that I needed you to do, now I don't need you anymore. Scram, and doesn't give us anything at all or very little. In which case, that's much worse. Alternatively, if we help him out, he could be like, yeah, all I wanted was to take out my brother, and I don't really care about anything else, so you can actually have any and everything you want. So that would be the perhaps better upside to this. I don't know. I don't have a very strong opinion for that reason. Like I said, I hate both of them. And, I don't trust Ewald. I don't really trust Horst, but I think maybe it seems like it might be a little bit safer to go with Horst. I'll go with Horst.
Generous offer, Horst. Believe I'll take it.
What? How dare you?
Hate to be taken for a ride. Said that from the start. Should have treated it
I mean, you also
seriously.
lied about almost
I agree
everything
with
in the
that.
deal.
Sorry, Ewald.
Maybe if you had not
all
been,
have turned
you know,
against you.
the shadiest
Once
of
again,
characters,
This time.
given us any information about what your intentions were, what the risks were, not lied to us about the risks, told us what,
To be seen.
you know,
I'll
about
not
any of this
go
stuff,
quietly.
of course we're gonna fight him. He is technically a boss. He is a human, so we should put on the Hangman's Venom. And, I mean, we could just take a quick check here. It is still in good enough shape that it is, it's still dealing full damage. Weren't we, at a previous occasion, on this same mission, using just the wooden swords, and now magically we have our steel sword and silver sword back? Just food for thought. Just food for thought. Alright, and then other stuff, I mean, Cat Potion is not really relevant on this occasion, right? So we should probably put something else on instead. I don't know how tough he's going to be, but I think we prepare as if he is going to be a difficult boss. So... I do like the Succubus Decoction, but of course we used that in our previous encounter. What do we have in this spot right here? Damage dealt to foes regenerates vitality? And maybe. Oh, we are too toxic at the moment to do that. Okay. Alright. What do we want to do to you? The Axie to stun you? It seems like you are very keen on the blocking. That dealt a ton of damage. Yeah, I like that strategy. I like that strategy a lot. Oh, I just whiffed, though. Hold on. Oh, and bad timing on that. Alright, fine. We'll put the Quen back on. Yeah, you're quite aggressive. With your running straight at us and just brandishing your sword at us. Probably should have done that when we were a little bit closer to you. Really? Sorry, buddy. It didn't have to be like this. If you were just a little more honest with us, might have sided with you.
Look, even your accomplices have turned against you.
But also, your
But not I.
outfit here
A
is
brother
like,
once,
ridiculous.
a brother always.
Oh,
I'm prepared to
what?
save you.
Is that so?
I doubt it. Yep. Not for a second.
On one condition.
Huh?
That you acknowledge me as head of the family and bow before me.
Oh, does he do it? Does he do it? Yeah, I thought not.
I might have fallen prey had I not known.
Right,
I
just a
do
little too
know
predictable,
the
you are.
bad shilling that
Okay, now this is a little too far. This is a little too far. You made your point. Oh, really, dude? Come on, man. He tries to tuck in his shirt like, oh, nothing to see here. I'll be on my way now. Right, back to business.
Bathe and dress him for the funeral. Something presentable. I'll not have him bring me more shame.
So, I mean, he's a scumbag. But so was the other guy. You recommended not
At
making the deal with him?
last, How I despise unfinished business.
What do you say we talk about my reward?
Yes, well, as I said, you're free to take what you please.
Think I'll give this ruby necklace a new home.
And as I said,
Of course, The Witcher.
I mean,
I want Max Borsodi's house, whatever it is.
You fail to understand. Scrolls, documents, the will in there. None of this can land in Olgierd's hands. Not for any price.
is that so?
Any? You sure?
Gents, might I appeal to your sense of reason?
Yes, Witcher. I'd sooner die than let you have those papers.
Really? Oh my goodness. Does everybody really need to die? Talking about this deal? So you're saying, like, basically, don't try to cut this deal now, instead try to say nothing simpler and basically threaten to fight him? You think is technically the way to go? I suppose. I mean, yeah. I suppose we can give it a shot. Let's go for it. We'll say nothing simpler, I suppose.
Be happy to help you join your brother.
My guess is
Stand with
he's
me.
gonna cave under the pressure.
Security consultant. The position's yours, with a salary in the thousands.
Yep, he's gonna crack.
Lucrative offer. I like lucrative offers.
2 betrayals in a row. Not an ounce of honor.
Right.
What can I say? I am a thief.
Kill the Witcher!
Okay. Oh, even our accomplice. Really? Do we fight Borsodi as well? And so, you know, it didn't have to come. Yeah, of course, we are fighting you too. Wow. Okay. How do we want to approach this? Well, you just did not care. You got that shield. Be nice to get rid of the shielded dudes. Although Borsodi is insisting on trying to actually hit us. Watch out! He's putting on a shield. It's very threatening. Go ahead. Prefer if your friend did not do that as we're trying to launch counterattacks. Poke you in the gut while we're at it. Oh, dude, man. Stop hitting us right as we're trying to... Okay, now we're like... I'm trying to dodge and apparently we're stuck in a corner. So it just... We kind of like matrix that situation. Alright, I should not be you guys, but that's also not who I wanted to hit because we had an angle on that guy. I wanted to be doing the Axie, at least on the shield dudes. So we can finish one off at least. Now it should get considerably easier. Alright, Borsodi. Enough of that. You're down. Quinto is deceased. Bodyguard down. Just horse. Any last words? Oh! Okay. Combat music is still going here. Not entirely sure why. I am under the impression that we have now killed everybody. And now we can loot to our heart's content, though, I suppose. And there's a ton of stuff in here. So is this the benefit of fighting him? Is that you can now loot any and everything, whereas that might not have been possible previously? I mean, this stuff is going to be crazy valuable by the time we actually... We're not going to be able to sell it to any one person. It's going to be way too much for one person. This is insane. There's no one person who has enough coins to buy this stuff off of us, I don't think. Maybe, you know, we could go around the normal way? Can we extinguish this? Kind of doubt it. You. Trying to hide back there? We'll find ya. Find out later? Okay, in that case, do not tell me. But noted. I mean, as I said before, not exactly the biggest fan of either of those guys, so, you know, I'll take it. You know, can't say that I'm sad to see them go. How the heck did we get to this, though? This chest over here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Cool. Thought we were going to get stuck in what was the slip sliding animation there indefinitely. Come on. Come on. Can we, like, move some stuff with an ARD? Make it a little bit easier. I mean, you know that's got to be a good one, right? I mean, all this stuff is actually... All of this stuff is, like, single-handedly, one chest is better than... It's, like, the equivalent of, I don't know, 20 chests from anywhere else. They're all pretty huge. Oh, Fury Crossbow as well looks quite nifty. Okay, that's the quest item there. Oh, Viper Venomous Steel Sword. Very interesting. Definitely want to check that out. Oh, and we haven't looted one of the people here yet. Also got, we still got plenty of stuff here. Got some pearls, vials. Okay, now that's not terribly interesting, but tons of stuff here. More Order of the Flaming Rose stuff. Man, those doors we will not actually go through. Now, this is the first one we've not yet looted. That's just one of the bodyguards with a pretty simple item there. Okay, I really want to make sure we don't miss anything, because chests are crazy valuable here. But it's looking like it's all except for that one chest in the back corner that we were having trouble accessing over here. Maybe we save and then try to make a move for it. This one is really hard to get. It's strange. It's like, there's no real reason why you would have to hide this chest back here, you'd think, but I mean, this is, we may just need to accept, and we're not getting that one. So I have never once seen the loot prompt even appear. So it pains me because, you know, that could be hundreds of orens, or hundreds of crowns worth of stuff in that one, but not sure we have any alternative. Also, we continue to poke around back there. We are continuing to put ourselves at risk of perhaps getting stuck back there for all of eternities, and I'd rather not have that happen. So, let's see what this whole House of Borsodi stuff is all about. Or Maximilian's house.
Damn candles.
What?
Danians will be here soon. Damn it. Secret passage. Where is it?
Okay. Oh, is it going to be that place here? Maybe, maybe not. Also, will the Danians actually make it in? Do we care? We just fight our way out if that happens? Looks like this. I mean, it's red. It looks like an illusion. But no prompt to unillusion it at the moment. So that's great. That's just great. Ah, there it is.
Air seeping through the cracks. Passage must be here. Now, how do I open it?
Okay. Got that much at least. Got like prompts for the signs. Makes me wonder a bit. Like, distinguish these things. But, little doubtful of that. Thinking something like, you know, interact in some way, shape, or form. There we go. With you.
Nick of time. Now to get out of here.
This, nope. Where was it? This way. Yeah, so bye-bye to that chest that we missed, but like I said, I mean, an effort was made. I don't think it was ever anywhere close for us to be actually able to get it. And away we go. Where will this actually lead us? I mean, they were talking about how, I don't know where it's gonna lead out, I just know that it exists within the vault. But in theory, somewhere in Oxenfurt, yeah. Or loot here. Don't mind if I do. Anything else there? No, I think that's it. Okay. What's that? Oh, this glowing. This glowy stuff here. Okay, I think we're on our way out in that case. Secret opening somewhere. Where was it, though? Oh, was this in one of the locked houses? On the edge of Oxenfurt? By the docks? Does look that way, and this is the place where we tried looting this stuff previously and got into a fight with one of the guards, although I don't see said guard right now. So, like, stop me if you can. You'll never find me. Get all the rope ladders and seashells that we want. Thank you very much. Totally worth it. These are probably considerably harder to take. So maybe not. So no more valuable Then the other ones, all pretty much just junk. Okay, so we take the house to Olgierd. Anything else we can loot here? I think that might be just about it. And so now I think, well, we can take the house to Olgierd. I do wonder if maybe it's best for us to do the other quest first. Like, should we... Let's see. Yeah, I guess this is technically still part of the Open Sesame quest. So we should still go to Olgierd to do this, rather than, like, doing Dead Man's Party and then finishing that and bringing both of the end results to Olgierd simultaneously. That has, at times, been a not-so-great route to take. Yeah, no reason to delay. Let's do it then. And what? Oh, right. He's in the city. I forgot. He's not at the previous house that we were seeing him at because, well, that house is burned down.
Stay out of my way.
And we're also at, what, like... We're 35 experience away from leveling? Just looking at the meter in the top left corner, it basically looks full. Also, how are we doing on weight? It seems like we picked up a bunch of stuff. I mean, a lot of it was probably the, oh. What if we, you know, like, actually equip our real armor here rather than our ninja gear? Or our criminal stuff? Fury crossbow, out of curiosity, that's not as good as our existing crossbow. Might look kind of cool, but then again, like, how often do we have a crossbow on? Does that really... Are the aesthetics of the crossbow at all relevant? We actually... Wait, what? It's supposed to be King Foltest mask? Likeness of murdered King Temeria Foltest? Oh. I did not realize that to be the case. Hold on. We put that on. Can we also... Ah, we can't put them on simultaneously. Darn it. Can't have glasses and the King Foltest mask on. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. I think I probably prefer the glasses. Yeah. I think you gotta go with the glasses here. Hard to top those. Hard to top those. Yo, if we're going for the King of Temeria mask, then you could make the case that we could just as well continue to use the silly bird mask that we got from the Masquerade a while back.
You got a job for me, an interesting one.
We did still pick up, I think, a reasonable amount of stuffs. Now, do you pay... actually, not that much, to tell you the truth. We still have the wooden sword. And it is all oiled up. Should pay extra for that. I think that's about the price we were getting from IBR. Maybe marginally less. But I mean, like, pretty small difference. So let's... I think we just sell that stuff there. So, Fury crossbow... Do we really have a reason to keep it? Probably not. We probably just... maybe we see what it breaks down into? I don't know. We already have the New Moon armor set stashed away, unless somehow these pieces of gear magically came from our stash and into our inventory and automatically equipped when we began this mission, because we're supposed to be the secretive spy sabotage-y criminal people. But I think we're good to sell these, because I'm pretty sure that's not the case. I'm pretty sure we do still have the ones in our stash. Oh. Except the merchant is broke. That is one other benefit of selling things to IBR. He has a lot of money.
So long.
Whereas you do not. That is not a door. That, however, is. Okay, so... the guy we're looking for is right here. We should probably... oh?
Crown apiece. Huh? I'll wait for it to drop.
Are you gonna let us save? You will. Okay.
Yes, it's fish and bloomers.
All right, old beard. We got news for you.
I'm all ears, Witcher.
We got Borsodi's house.
Got something for you.
I love gifts, but I prefer to unwrap them in private. All right, lads.
Okay.
mind the barrels. Going out for a jabber with Geralt. Come.
Care to explain what the significance of this thing is?
All right. What do you have for me?
Max Borsodi's house, as requested.
Ah, Horst must be livid.
He's not.
No.
He's
Not
dead.
anything except dead. His brother, same thing. A few others too.
Stones you've got. But I didn't think you'd have the stomach for a massacre.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really the plan, but kind of just all unraveled that way. I mean, we kinda didn't have. Peace was difficult to go that route, but to say we had no choice is maybe not a perfect representation of what transpired. But you underestimate you underestimate me so brazen, so confrontational. It's like a threat. It's like threatening an immortal guy. I think we go with this.
Situation got out of hand.
That is accurate.
Oh, sounds familiar. There you are, drinking, puffing on henbane, and then, surprise, heads rolling across the floor. And none know how or why.
I'm not amused.
No. Why not?
'Cause unlike you, killing gives me no pleasure.
The Borsodis aren't worth your tears. Sons of bitches to a man.
Okay, well, why do you need the papers? I mean, the house, yes, but papers? What do you mean?
Why did you need those papers?
To sink the Borsodis, naturally. You see, I learned of an interesting clause in old man Maximilian's will.
Ah, the will.
It states that his sons must meet and shake hands in agreement at least once a year at Bellatane. Failing that, the auction house must be auctioned off. The proceeds to go to Vilmerius Hospital.
Guess the old man sensed what might happen.
Horst and Ewald are gnawing on soil now. But thanks to these papers, their relatives won't get the auction house. Families lost it for good. And the hospital will have the funds it needs to treat orphans and beggars pro bono.
Awfully
Oh, that
noble of
sounds
you, showing so
good,
much concern
I
for the
suppose.
I couldn't give a rat's ass about the needy.
But yeah, I figured that was
Whether
not the
we
reason
did
for doing it.
disappear along with the city. I wanted one thing. Revenge.
Yeah. I mean, still a little strange that you didn't see fit to take revenge firsthand yourself, and instead you relied on hiring someone else to exact that revenge for you. Just seems like that's kind of strange, but alright, you do you, man. Wasn't there another prompt we had here previously that I was hoping we would also get the chance to ask him about, but we now no longer can? That's unfortunate. If we made the deal, the will would have stayed with Horst. Ah, okay. So that means, well, now because of what we did, the money instead goes to the hospital. Sounds like a win. I mean, sure. Some additional people may or may not now be deceased, but the money's going to the hospital, and that will help future people from not being deceased. It all balances out. Thanks, Thanos.
The Borsodis. What's your gripe? Get kicked out of an auction?
Worse, they evicted me from my home. Are you really interested?
Yeah.
Wouldn't have asked if I wasn't.
Ha! Cheeky as ever. My family, they took on some debt. A poor investment in a sawmill. A bad crop one year. A lawsuit lost. You know how it is.
When it rains, it pours. We needed but a few weeks to recover. But Horst BORSODI...
No, except when it doesn't rain, so it's bad crop year.
All of it. Demanded it be repaid immediately. I pleaded. I begged. I tore open my shirt at his threshold. Ugh. It was like talking to a wall. I went to the auction. Saw those perfumed pricks buy my father's sword. My mother's death mask. My brother's horse tack. Ah, Horst earned a pretty pile selling our mementos.
No surprise the animosity you feel for him.
That was but the start. My Iris's parents learned of my family's misfortune, and our betrothal was no more. They found her another suitor, one from beyond the sea.
Bobby Darin got involved, I'm sorry.
Mad. Went to the tavern, drank a round, a second, abroad, then had another tankard. And then, I asked the wrong bloke for help.
I think I know what bloke you're referring to. Okay. So, yeah, basically, he had his beloved, person that we saw him writing the note to, or at least we read that note, and, that's, as we heard previously, then she became wedded to, or was going to be, did the wedding actually finish, or was it going to happen, and it hadn't quite come to pass just yet? But anyways, there's the whole Fury Prince thing, and he's like, nah, that's my lady right there. You're trying to wed off. But what happened next?
What happened then?
What happened then, Witcher, was one big stinking pile of shite.
Alright, care to, you know,
You need something?
be a little bit more specific?
I'm off to entertain your brother.
Break a leg.
Or
Literally.
we'll do that. Thanks. Okay. Job complete.
Hey, Witcher! How about joining
And level
the
up.
band?
Pretty sure we talked to these guys previously.
Grub and hooch. I've been to lead and guide you. Never shirk to fight beside you.
Okay, so let us see what we have here. We have leveled up, and we've now fully upgraded Sunder Armor, which was the most recent thing that we've been upgrading. Now, once again, we are in a bit of a tough spot because we don't have any remaining parts left on for additional skills. You know, we could further upgrade the ones that we have right now, like Igni's on 4 out of 5. Undying is actually on 1 out of 5. Definitely upgrade that further, but I thought that actually there was reason to believe that that might be preferable to leave it as is. I mean, Gourmet is fantastic, or at least has been fantastic historically, but I mean, it is, I don't know. At this stage, is it worth getting rid of something like Gourmet in order to make room for a new high-level skill? Something like, say, I don't think that's going to be very good, but like, I don't know if this is the best option for us, because I feel like this looks like an extremely strong skill. But if you're gonna miraculously get a fully upgraded sign by upgrading the combat tree, then that sort of makes sense to go all out combat. And then by taking this skill, you're basically getting a ton of benefit for your signs as well. Whereas if you take a bunch of points in this skill and then you take, you know, a bunch of sign upgrades like we have here, then, you know, you're basically wasting all these sign upgrades, or at least many of them. So that doesn't feel great. And then if we're talking about new skills on the alchemy side, I mean, there probably are strong alchemy skills here. It's just we don't really have space unless we get rid of stuff. And let's just take a closer look at what we might want to get rid of, because, yeah, this might be something we're going to need to do soon, is dump one of these things. Still need to go destroy the statuette we got at the auction. Oh, interesting. Yes. Remind me of that as soon as we are done figuring out what we want to do with this level, because Deep Delusion, because that has definitely helped us more times than I could ever count. But what do we get rid of? Like, we don't use Yurden that often. If we didn't start running into all the spidery dudes recently, then I would say perhaps this is worth getting rid of and replacing it with something that's a little bit of a higher level skill that we could upgrade 5 times, and then, you know, we'll just deal with the few times that we have to use Yurden or want to use Yurden, not having it be quite as strong. But because it seems like those spiders are going to be pretty common, a little bit reluctant to get rid of that. I actually feel like, if anything here, at least on the sign side, it would probably be getting rid of the Igni Intensity. Never use the alternate sign mode. Yeah, that is true. But the primary reason why I liked this upgrade was just getting the additional standard traps increased to 2. Because that has been, you know, like, thrown down 2 Yurdens when we have a big swarm of those spiders, for example, means that we can basically shut down an entire group of them. But is it worth investing an entire skill point here in just that one type of enemy? Or would we rather focus on something that is maybe more generally applicable? But then again, like, what would we even do? We'd probably start looking at going more in the sign side. Maybe we just take the Igni Intensity for now, because I think we'd probably be looking to try to unlock this last row of the sign intensity, unless the one thing in the combat side we might like would be the rend. I think we were talking about at one point or another. Although we've been focusing primarily on the quick attacks, getting the extra powerful strong attack might be worth doing. Yeah, that is also something that I've been considering. Is, you know, at the time when we first saw those items allow us to clear our skill tree, they cost, what, 1,000 crowns, which seemed like a lot. Now that we have 56,000, throwing away 1,000 to reset our skill points doesn't seem like that's much. And now that we have a much better sense of what we like and don't like to do for our skill tree, it seems like we might be able to optimize that much more now. And, you know, in that case, we could do something like deliberately avoid the sign tree and then take Flood of Anger instead. Or start focusing more on alchemy. Or I haven't even, like, looked at these at all recently. Is there anything here that is even worth considering? I mean, we could probably, if we were to reset our tree, we could probably pass on Survival Instinct. We'd save a point from there. Oh. Ooh. I actually kind of like this. Because we have been focusing on the light armor. 25% critical hit damage and fast attack damage by 5%. Just compare that to... This is the most similar one. In fact, that is almost no, okay, it's not quite identical, because that's this is more normal damage but no crit and has the adrenaline. I just saw the 5 and 25. I was like, oh, it's the same thing. No, it's not. But it's not bad if we are fully committed to the light armor, but it does lock us in quite a bit. 25% more damage, yeah. 25% of 1. No, thank you. This could be nifty if we went with a different type of approach on our our skill tree if we reset. Using science generates adrenaline points. That's kind of interesting. Adrenaline points increase sign and weapon damage? Possibly. Better maximum toxicity. I think there's probably other skills in the toxicity tree that can perhaps, or on the on the alchemy tree that can perhaps do a better job than that. If available, adrenaline points will be consumed to reduce the toxicity cost of drinking potions by 33% per point. Does not affect mutagen decoctions. Huh. You can shoot one additional bolt before you must reload. No thanks. Damage dealt by a bomb's explosion generates some adrenaline points? No way. Instead of previous effect, Battle Trance now increases critical hit chance by 8% per adrenaline point. Bonus from place of power lasts indefinitely, but only one such power can be active at a given time. I don't know if that's ever been a real game changer. Nor the bomb special bolt effects. No. Bomb damage is increased by a ton, but the number of slots is decreased by 50%. Does not apply to the bombs which deal no damage. Huh. Okay. Each defensive action generates adrenaline points. Parry is a little bit. Counterattacks a little bit more. Dodge, fair bit. Rolls, a little bit less. Can be activated more than once every 5 seconds. There are some nifty things here that if you were really committed to doing a certain type of thing, like you were absolutely certain you're going to use light armor, or you were making a point of generating adrenaline points to power up your signs, then you might be able to do something really clever. But again, given the state of our tree, I'm not sure we can make that happen. I think for now, we delay making that decision and just upgrade Igni, just to get ourselves closer to unlocking this last row. But yeah, that's definitely something I would consider doing at some point, would be trying to reset our tree and then looking at this from with blank slate